Built for Impact, the podcast where we deep dive into what truly helps businesses grow, scale, and stay future ready. I am your host, Shekhar. And now, when you hear something related to accounting and bookkeeping, your mind might jump straight towards the spreadsheets or the taxes and the late night financial chaos. But here's the truth. Accounting isn't just the back-end admin. It's the silent engine behind every smart business decision. In this episode, we are pulling back the curtain on how finance can go from reactive to radically strategic, especially when powered by the blend of AI automation, human expertise, and custom-built processes. And who better to unpack this than someone who's helped hundreds of businesses globally, the clients that turned messy numbers into meaningful growth. Joining me today is Mr. Shekhar Dhabhai, Operations Head at Fusion Business Solutions, the team behind the scalable accounting systems, real-time dashboards, and stress-free financial operations. Whether you are a startup founder or a multi-location business owner, this episode has something you cannot afford to miss. Let's get right in. A lot of business owners, even in 2025, still feel completely overwhelmed by accounting. Despite having so many tools like QuickBooks, Xero, and apps for everything, why do you think that is?
Hey Japniwas, so glad to be here. And you're right, there are more tools than ever. But honestly, that's a part of the problem. Most business owners think software will solve their chaos, but tools alone don't fix broken foundations. If your processes are unclear, if you don't have review systems or backups, even the best tech becomes a band-aid. At FBSPL, we have seen this a lot. That's why we are always lead with systems and SOPs first. Then layer automation on the top. Tech should always support process, not replace your thinking.
Love that. Tech should support your process. And what are some of the big financial red flags that founders do not realize they ignore?
Oh, so many. But the top two would be no visibility into cash flow, like they don't know what's coming in and going out on a daily basis, and mixing personal and business expenses. That's a slow leak most people don't even notice. These things build up over time, and suddenly you are making reactive decisions instead of proactive ones.
I hear that a lot too. I don't even know where the money is going. That takes me, so let's probably talk about the mindset. Why is it actually dangerous to treat accounting as something you can handle later?
Because later becomes too late. If you don't treat finance as a core function, you miss early signs of the problems. Overspending, delayed receivables, growing liabilities. We have worked with founders who were profitable on papers, but cash poor because nobody was watching the flow. Accounting isn't a post-mortem activity. It's your GPS. It tells you where you are going before you crash.
That's such a visual. I mean, not a rear view mirror, but a GPS. And one thing that you've mentioned earlier was the internal teams. How do business suffer when they rely upon just one bookkeeper internally?
Oh, that's a big one. Relying on a single staff member is like storing all your passwords in one place. If that person goes on a leave, quits, or simply gets overwhelmed, your entire system freezes. At FBSPL, we provide an entire ecosystem, not just a bookkeeper. That includes backup staff, quality reviewers, automation dashboards, daily updates, so there's never a gap. Founders can breathe again because we remove the single point of failure.
That's so powerful. And that leads perfectly into the next one. What is the real cost of not having documented SOPs in the finance operations?
Chaos. Plain and simple. Without SOPs, there's no consistency, no accountability, no visibility. Everything depends on memory or habit. Which means if someone new joins, there's no playbook. It's like reinventing the wheel every month. Our first step with any client before even touching numbers is mapping their current process and build custom SOPs. Once that's done, we plug in our team, automate repeatables, and start weekly reporting. That's when transformation begins.
That makes so much sense. We are already 6 questions in, and I feel like we've hit a 6 truths no one can talk about. Alright, Shekhar, let's go one level deeper and try to bust some myths. What's that biggest myth about bookkeeping that still holds business owners back?
That it's just data entry. People think bookkeeping is someone typing numbers into a system and gathering reports, but that is outdated. Today, bookkeeping is about context, understanding what those numbers mean and using them to guide smart decisions. At FBSPL, we call it financial intelligence, not just financial records.
Financial intelligence. I love that. So, can accounting really become the growth strategy, not just a compliance thing?
Absolutely. That's actually where we see the biggest mindset shift among our successful clients. When they stop treating accounting like a checkbox and start using it as a decision making tool, everything changes. You know what to double down on, what to stop, when to hire, when to pause. Your numbers start guiding your growth, not just tracking it.
Okay, so let's talk about that buzzword we hear everywhere nowadays: automation. What role should automation actually play in finance?
It should do the grunt work, not the thinking. Automation is amazing for repetitive tasks, invoice matching, transaction categorization, sending reminders. But if your backend isn't structured, automation just moves chaos faster. We always say, fix the process first, then automate it.
That's gold. So, how exactly do you combine AI tools and human expertise in the real world client setups?
Great question. Our AI systems handle the heavy lifting. They flag anomalies, predict cash flow trends, categorize entries, but the human layer is where the magic happens. That's where we review the data, apply business logic, and guide action. So, for example, AI might detect late payments, but it's our specialist who help the founder decide if it is a cash crunch or a process gap. Together, it's not just faster, it's smarter.
Smarter, not just faster. That's exactly the kind of clarity most business owners crave for. Last one in this segment: what makes tech useful and when does it become a distraction?
Useful tech disappears in the background. It works for you. It becomes a distraction when you are spending more time learning dashboards than making decisions. A lot of founders switch tools every few months, hoping it will fix things. But the truth is, the system needs fixing, not the software. At FBSPL, we integrate tools into our clients' workflows, not the other way around. You shouldn't have adapt to tech, tech should adapt to you.
That's such a solid point. Alright, Shekhar, let's get into what you and your team actually do. So, beyond just bookkeeping, what services does FBSPL offer that business owners might not expect?
That's a great one. See, most people come to us thinking we'll manage their books. But what we offer is an entire finance ecosystem. We provide day-to-day bookkeeping, reconciliations, AP, AR management, custom SOPs, reporting dashboards, forecasting and financial support, AI enhanced data entry, quality checks, and a dedicated team with built-in backups. Plus, we align everything to your time zone. So it is not just a service, it's seamless integration with your operations.
Wow! So it's more like building a financial operation department for them. So then, what makes FBSPL different from hundreds of the firms out there doing accounting and bookkeeping?
So honestly, it's our approach. Most firms give you one resource. We give you a stacked team, a point of contact, an executive team, a checker, a backup, AI support, reporting tools, all managed without micromanagement from your side. You don't have to train us. You don't chase updates. We plug in, document everything, and deliver results with clarity, speed, and security. That's the difference between outsourcing and true partnership.
You said that beautifully. I really think that's an insight that everyone should be pondering a little more upon. Now, let's shift the focus to the people you serve. Who benefits the most from the outsourced accounting and bookkeeping?
Great question. It's broader than most people think. Startup benefit because they scale without hiring finance teams. SMBs benefit because they bring structure and remove chaos. And agencies, e-commerce, law firms or consultants, insurance companies, they all benefit because we tailor workflows to their niche needs. Basically, if you're spending more time figuring out your finances than using them to grow, you are ready for us.
That's a pretty good filler if you're spending time figuring it out and not using it. So, on that note, when is it right time for the business to reach out to you for support like this?
Ideally, before things break, but realistically, reach out when you are scaling faster than you can manage, your in house team is stressed, or you are chasing invoices constantly, you have missed a tax deadline, or when your books are just not making sense anymore. The earlier we enter, the less mess we have to fix, and the faster we can unlock clarity and growth.
Love that. Proactivity over reactivity, always. Let's dig into industry specific wins in the next section. I want to hear who's thriving because of these systems. Alright, so how about us talking about the industries? Because I know FBSPL works with more than just one type of business. What kind of industries or businesses have seen most success with their services?
Yes, we have worked with a range from insurance agencies and e commerce brands to law firms, marketing agencies, healthcare consultants, and even real estate companies. But the most success comes when the business is ready to systemize, where we can plug in clean processes, automations, and reporting. That's where transformation happens fast.
And I'm curious, can startups benefit just as much as the mature companies?
Absolutely. In fact, startups get the most out of it early on. We help them avoid financial chaos from the start, build scalable SOPs, automate reports, create investor ready dashboards. It saves them time, money, and a ton of stress. It's easier to build smart from day one than to fix broken systems later.
Yeah, that makes total sense to me. Now, let's shift the gears and talk about those real and intense moments. How about you walk us through a case where the client was really in a crisis and how your team stepped into and how did it happen?
Oh yes, one story stands out. A US based client was in middle of tax season and their internal accountant quit with zero handover. They were panicking. Within 48 hours we jumped in, recreated 3 months of books, set up a live dashboard, got them tax compliant and gave them weekly updates moving forward. Their words, we didn't just help them, we got peace of mind. They are still with us today.
That's such a remarkable change and it is so powerful. That makes me think, what kind of feedbacks do you usually get after you work with the client?
Most commonly, why didn't we do this earlier? Or I finally feel in control. Or I don't worry about the finances anymore. So it's not just about support, it's about freedom. Founders stop firefighting and start focusing on what they actually built the business for.
Loved that. Have there been any surprising industries where your system worked unexceptionally well?
Surprisingly, creative agencies and consultants, they often assume their work isn't number heavy, but once we show them real-time dashboards, cash flow insights, and missed invoice opportunities, they realize just how powerful structured finance can be, no matter the field.
So good. Now let's look ahead. The parts that you think in accounting that you see would be fully automated, let's say by 2026.
Things like invoice chasing, bank reconciliations, receipt matching, those will be mostly automated. But the rise will be in advisory accounting, helping businesses analyze risk, plan funding, improve cash cycles. That's where accountant becomes strategic partners.
And what can founders start doing today to prepare for that shift?
Start small. Build a cash flow dashboard. Automate your reporting. Track AR and AP in real time. You don't need to make 10 changes, just start with visibility. That one dashboard can change everything.
Now, how about us talking about what working with you actually looks like? What's your onboarding process like?
So it's simple and light on the client. We start with a discovery session, we map their current processes, we build custom SOPs, we assign a trained team, we set up tools and trackers, we start weekly reports. Clients don't need to train anyone. We document everything and make it smooth from day one.
And how much involvement do you need from the client side?
Just clarity on what they want. After that, we handle the rest. Our motto is, you run the business, we'll run the books.
Do business owners need to train their team?
Not at all. That's our job. So we have already trained the team on industry tools, workflows, and niche compliance needs. We step in ready to go.
Okay, I mean, ready to go is a great statement. However, what do you think? What kind of reporting do the clients receive?
So they get weekly dashboards, monthly summaries, real-time alerts for anything which is urgent, a full transparency always. Plus a dedicated account manager they can call or email anytime.
Okay, so now let's talk about what happens behind the curtains. Who's actually working with the clients?
Our structure includes a dedicated lead, 2 team members with backups, a quality checker, a reporting manager, and even we have specialists across verticals like AR, AP, reconciliations, payrolls, etc.
How do you ensure backup and continuity?
So every client has documented SOPs, shared access, and backup staff. So even if someone is on leave, nothing halts. We believe in building resilient processes, not dependent people.
And data security.
We are SOC 2 and ISO certified with global compliance standards. Data access is restricted, monitored, and encrypted. Whether you are in US, Canada, UK, or Australia, your data is safe with us.
One last one before we hit the rapid fire. What does daily collaboration look like to you?
So we use tools like Slack, Zoom, ClickUp, and Google Sheets. It depends on the client's preference. Our clients feels like we are a part of their internal team. We don't just deliver tasks. We collaborate, communicate, and contribute daily.
Alright, Shekhar, it's the time to loosen up. We are hopping on towards the rapid fire.
Let's do this.
One accounting myth you want to kill.
That it's just data entry.
One overrated buzzword.
Synergy.
A tool you cannot work without.
Google Sheets.
If not accounting, then what?
Teaching.
Dream client, just in 3 words.
Curious, committed, transparent.
Ooh, okay. And what is that habit that you swear by? Trust me, the one that you really practice.
Daily 10-minute ledger review.
A number you love to see.
Positive cash flow.
The craziest request that you received from a client up till today.
Can you clean a 5-year backlog this weekend?
One most common mistake that businesses make.
Mixing personal and business expenses.
Best way to unwind after closing books.
A good meal with a long walk.
You have been really honest, Shekhar, in answering all the questions in the rapid fire. And congratulations for you to have graduated to the next level. And I will be moving on to the next question. If you could leave every business owner listening to that one insight, what do you think you would suggest?
Don't wait for things to break. Finance shouldn't be scary. It should be your strength. Set up the right systems now, not when you are in trouble.
Brilliantly said, Shekhar. With that, we are moving towards the wrap of today's show. And I would like to thank you so much for being on the show today. This was packed with clarity, real talks, and yes, of course, so much value.
Thank you for having me here, Javnivas. It was a great time with you.
Same. What a conversation. From myths and messes to automation and clarity, we've just scratched the surface of what accounting can really do when done right. And if you're still juggling finances manually, or you're at the night worrying about the cash flows, invoices, and whether your books are even accurate, now is the right time to stop surviving and start scaling. FBSPL offers a complete accounting ecosystem, not just bookkeepers. You get a dedicated team, SOPs, automation, AI support, reporting, and zero onboarding headaches. Whether you're running a startup, an e-commerce brand, an insurance agency, or a multi-service company, they've done it and they've scaled it. And guess what? You don't even have to figure it out alone. Ready to get clarity, compliance, and calm? Book your free discovery session now or connect with us on LinkedIn, Instagram, or right through our website. Thank you so much, Shekhar, for joining us. And thank you everyone for listening. Don't forget to follow Built for Impact for more real stories, real insights, and real strategies. Until next time, keep building smarter.